Today, we're going to learn how to draw. Now, some of you might be thinking that this is a scary topic, especially because every time it feels like you lay down a stroke, it just isn't good enough. So you try laying even more, maybe look up a reference, come back and you keep trying, and it's just not good enough, and it's never good enough. Pause. Let's take a second. First, let's realize what we're doing. Are we focused on drawing something for fun, or are we trying to draw something for perfection or for approval? And then again, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to feel nervous when we do something new or our emotions at all. It's completely valid for how we feel right now. But we do have to see where these emotions are coming from and how they're popping up. A lot of time, a lot of these emotions pop up from us putting a lot of pressure onto ourselves. And when we put a lot of pressure onto ourselves, things become stagnant, and it becomes hard for us to operate from a level of flow. When you draw just to have fun and just to see what you got up on the pencil, things become not so serious, and it becomes fun because we're not expecting something. But when we draw to do something perfect or something that we just the mind just brought up, we haven't experienced that amount of time yet. So it's like trying to skip ahead while you're still in reality. But not only does this apply to art, this also applies to real life too. Sometimes when we're living, we find out that we made a mistake. But when we find that out, sometimes we'll put pressure onto ourselves to try to make it better, but are we fixing it for ourselves or other people? Ultimately, we are already perfect. There's nothing wrong with us. But there are a lot of things that we learn that tells us that there is something wrong with us and that we need better. But we're perfect just the way we are. And like I said, it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to feel however we feel. But the way we feel can affect how we operate, and then how we operate affects how we live. So that's why it's important to stay in touch with ourselves in the first place as well. Because when there's no one else to remind us that we're beautiful just the way we are, just by existing, and that we don't have to try, then it's ourselves. And even when others tell us that we are beautiful, it's up to us to take that seed and plant it in our garden. We only offer each other the seeds. So, yeah, you're amazing and you're beautiful. And, yeah, you deserve happiness and love. Here are also a few techniques for if you're drawing really stiff and you just kind of need to loosen up. Just take a nice little page and give yourself permission to just do what the heck ever your hand wants to do, man. You want to do a little this, you want this. Maybe experience some hard lines, maybe soft ones. Sometimes you can make little things like that. It doesn't even have to be anything. And then see where you'd like to. How are you going to decorate it, you know? Just put your time into the little things. Another thing you can do is when you do look at a reference to draw something, for example, my little butterfly, draw it in a complete different style. Like, it doesn't even really have to look like it. Could look silly if you want. Whatever you desire, man. So, have a beautiful day. Bye.